Hi everybody, today I'd like to show you how to make a scrub bag for all the key workers at the hospital or care workers, anybody that's using a uniform that's in contact with COVID-19 and needs to wash their uniform. These are the bags. So we'll start off with one piece of fabric, and this measures on the fold when you're cutting it, so it's 20 by 20 inches or 51 by 51, but remember it's on the fold, so the length of it is double. So we have it like that. So the first step, as we put it out, oh, we need this bit as well. This is for the cord to tie through, and this measures 150 centimeters long by 1.5 inches, which is, bear with me for a minute, I can never remember. So it measures 1.5 and say 4 centimeters. So we cut that in a long strip and we'll make that later. So with the bag, we need to open it out, and what we need to do is we need to mark 2.25 inches. So we fold it over like so. What we do, we turn the edge in so we don't have, so we have a nice neat edge when we fold it over. Measure down 2.25 inches and then turn in at the bottom about 1/4 inch. So it ends up like that. So when we've pressed it, it should look like that, and stitched all the way along. The sides are folded in, and what I like to do to make it look a bit neater, you don't have to do this row of stitches, but I just think it looks nicer when it's pulled together. Just down just over 1/2 inch the stitching, and just over say 1.5 centimeters. So we have a row of stitching, so we have like a tunnel. So you do that all the way along both sides, and then you put the edges together, and it's starting to look like a bag now. So we have 3 sides, I beg your pardon, 2 sides to sew down. So what we can do, you snip at the edges where you folded it so it lays flat for you, and this is when I use my overlocker so it stops it fraying. But you can use on your machine the zigzag stitch or anything that will stop it fraying. So once that's done, it should look like this one. So we have the overlocker stitch, or we can just use zigzag, and then it's open there. We do a row of stitches all the way down, all the way to the other end. So we have it all complete. So we turn it the right way and that's all ready for the cord. So to make the cord, we get our strip of fabric and we fold it into the middle, one side, and then over to the other side. And by doing this, it's quite flat. So I use number 16 on my stitches, but if you haven't got many stitches on your machine, you can just use zigzag. And what you want to do is to just run zigzag stitch all the way on this to cover this top one so it won't fray. But it's nice and flat, and it should look like that. So it's very flat, but that seam has been covered by the zigzag or number 16 on your machine. So when we've done that, it looks like this. So it's from that to that. So what we do, when I find it, I'm using a knitting needle, the one that you put all your stitches on, but it's great because it's very long and it doesn't take very long to actually, so what I do, I thread that through, put it to the end, and we just thread it through. So we find the gap, which is there, push it in, take it all the way around. It doesn't hardly take any time at all. You can just use a normal safety pin if you haven't got one in a knitting one. But this is good for this because it's like very, very quick. So pull it out like so, pull that out there, straighten it out a bit, and what I tend to do is put a little knot on the end just in case this needs cutting off. I'll do that in a minute. Tie it like that. And you just pull it through, and there you have it. One lovely bag for the nurses or care workers. Thank you for watching. Thank you. Hope it helps. Bye.